Ladies and gentlemen, please give a Springfield, Massachusetts 60 Days of Summer welcome to Mr. Nate Robinson. Here you go, sir. Thank you. Great to see you.
How you guys doing? Well, I'm gonna sit this side.
Nate, welcome to Springfield.
Man, thanks for having me. This is pretty cool. I drove by here a couple of times driving from New York to Boston, so it's pretty cool to actually be inside.
You know, one of the many incredible luxuries of being in my seat is watching ballers who I've looked up to for my entire adult life, watching their eyes grow when they walk through the door the first time.
Oh man, this is like all the Hall of Famers and all the greats looking down on us right now, guys. This is pretty cool.
So we're gonna get to your incredible journey because it is unbelievable and one that I've enjoyed. As I said, I told you out there, I'll tell you again, one I've enjoyed watching from beginning, middle, and where we are in the middle still. I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced of that. I wanna talk about a few of the things that you've got going on right now. Let's start away from hoop. Who saw Uncle Drew so far? Yeah, right?
That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching it.
So from the outside, yes.
No, everybody calls me that now. Boots, boots, boots. I like it. I think that's my next tattoo, guys. Boots.
That's really awesome. People yell things at me, but it's not complimentary. From the outside, that looked like a boatload of fun with about 8 hours of work a day. Am I getting that wrong, or was that just a lot of fun and an excuse for all you guys to hang out?
No, it was pretty cool, honestly, guys. Being around all the Hall of Famers that I were, it was pretty cool. I got to pick Shaq's brain, Reggie Miller, Chris Webber, Lisa Leslie, Kyrie Irving. Just talk a lot of basketball, a lot of history, you know. And there's so much history within all them guys, and just hearing their stories, just hearing how they are as a person. I mean, that was my treat. That was my joy. You know, we get to see Shaq and all these guys on TV, but getting to see these guys when, they're just normal people just like us, I think it was pretty cool.
Nate, would you do it again? Like, for a non-basketball movie, did you like the process enough that if there wasn't basketball involved, you'd be like, yeah, I'll do that?
Yeah, I mean, I like acting. I went to school I went to University of Washington for drama. I was a drama major. So that was pretty cool, right up my alley. I mean, acting's it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hours put into it. So I respect guys like Will Smith and every actor and actresses that are out there, supplying us with movies that we love to watch. So it's difficult, but it's fun at the same time because it's like you get to be somebody else.
I have to say, as a guy who entertained the idea of going to school for drama, you finally got to look at your folks and say, I did use that degree. See that? I did. I used the drama
for all the times of getting on your nerves, telling me to be quiet in the rooms, laughing, and yeah, it definitely paid off.
Now, because you're Nate Robinson, there's basketball as well going on. In fact, you are probably flying right from here to Detroit, where your Big Three tri-state team is playing again tomorrow night.
Yeah, we play tomorrow against the three-headed monsters. They have Rashard Lewis. Who else?
I was just looking at the roster yesterday.
Chris Jackson. Who else? There's a couple guys on there.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Yeah, Mahmoud. Yeah, he's 50 years old, guys, but he's still playing like he's 30. It's scary. So hopefully, and I can be doing that when I'm 50 years old, still playing like at a high level like he is. It's gonna be fun. We're undefeated. We'll play another undefeated team, and hopefully we can get this win. My team is Jermaine O'Neal, David Hawkins, Robert Height, and Amari Stoudemire. I think we have a good balance. We have great teammates. We have guys that can score, guys that can play defense, and we love to compete. So I think that's a great recipe of winning.
And I will tell everyone, if you haven't seen Big Three basketball yet, you have a chance. August 3rd, you're going to be in Boston.
Oh, yeah, I will be. So I'll be here early doing some media stuff. And
oh, really?
Yeah, to see the city. I got to come back
Fantastic.
the right way.
I like that. Thank you. As a Boston guy, thank you. What's the one thing about the Big Three League? It seems to me like Cube is doing what the game has needed for a while, which is to keep guys who still have a lot of basketball left in the tank, to keep them playing, and to keep the fires burning. And also, it's a fantastic product. What's the one thing about Big Three basketball that you don't think people are talking about enough?
Well, I think now with the Olympics, it added the 3-on-3, and I think that people would take it a little serious, like more serious now. They'll know more history about it, once they, once the Olympics hit, and they get they pick the team that's gonna, represent America, and hopefully I'm on that team. So, but the big three, man, there's a lot of players out there that are, my age or older that, are still basketball junkies that still love to be gym rats, that love to work out, that love to play. And unfortunately, the NBA only gets younger. So, the younger guys are coming in now, and then the older guys, now we have a little league that we can kind of play and still, still feel that rush that we get by playing in front of thousands of people. And it's still the same thing. It's just not full court. It's just half court.
If you need someone who's 5'6" with subpar handle and no shot, you let me know, okay?
I mean, as long as you can foul, you can come on my team.
That's my game. That's my whole game.
As long as you foul hard, you're good.
I want to go back to the beginning, to high school, when the world started to take notice of Nate Robinson. You split your high school time between two of the great West Coast basketball cities. It was essentially San Francisco area and the Seattle area. Can you talk to me about the way that having that luxury of playing in two major cities shaped you as a versatile player?
Well, my family's from Oakland, California. My dad grew up in California, grew up in Oakland. And my junior year of high school, I moved to California to help my uncle out and my grandmother. And I went to a school called James Logan. And I think my Oakland background kind of gave me my grit to my game, to who I am. So I have a good balance of that, and then being from Seattle, Washington, where people are friendly, nice, and so I get a good dose of both. But just being that athlete that people always told me I wasn't gonna be able to make it. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, and I just used it as fuel. And then being from a place like Oakland, where people never give up. They are, it's kind of hard growing up. And I learned a lot of tricks of the trade of my surroundings and being around a tough neighborhood, and then taking that back. I think sprinkling that in my game helped me out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see that a little bit when we fast forward a bit to when you're playing college in Seattle at the University of Washington, where I'm not sure if y'all realize this, but Nate Robinson was obviously a scholarship athlete at Washington for football.
Right.
So can you talk to me about the way that you used your love and your incredible studiousness with football to then translate into the basketball player? You started your sophomore year to concentrate on basketball.
Right. I played football, basketball, and ran track my whole life since I was like 4 years old. The cool thing about just not playing one sport, putting all your eggs in one basket, I got a chance to love different sports.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I got to pick what sport I wanted to play. And
Did you get any pushback?
Nah, not really. I think football came easy for me. I mean, it's kind of like, you catch, run, throw. I mean, it was kind of easy, and then I was fast.
Yeah.
And I just, I was scared to get hit, so it worked perfectly. Like my dad was like, if you don't want to get hit, you got to move faster. So I took that in consideration, and I used that in my game. And before you know it, I was scoring like 4 or 5 touchdowns a game growing up through high school. And I got a scholarship to play at the University of Washington when my dad went to school. Little do you guys know, my dad is the first man in the world to ever win Orange Bowl and Rose Bowl MVP. There's no other person in the world that's ever done it.
Really?
Yeah, I think Vince Young got close one time when he won the Rose Bowl that year, and then the next year they lost the Orange Bowl. But my dad I was like, please don't break that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. My dad was a big deal when he grew up playing and went to University of Washington, broke some records. And then I wanted to follow those footsteps, play football at the University of Washington, and then walking on playing basketball my freshman year, and then my sophomore year, I switched scholarships. So
That's just a remarkable story of tenacity and hard work. Was there a moment where the work, I mean, obviously you're a student of the game, you've been studying athletics for your whole life. You're also a student of people. I watch the way you play. I notice how you recognize people's tendencies, and you beat them up with their own hands later on.
Yep.
It's like the big brother in all of us, right? So was there ever a moment when you were fading towards football? Could this have gone a different way?
I think when I went to University of Washington, they fired our coach, Rick Neuheisel. And that was a bummer for me because he was such a student of the game. He was such a player's coach,
Yeah.
and he was just so cool. And you know, he made it fun for us to want to play football. You know, some coaches are kind of hard on you, but he just made it fun. He was always having a good time. He always wanted us to be as positive as we could, to step on the field, to play the game that we love. So when they fired him, I kind of just, I wouldn't necessarily say I lost interest in football, but I was just like, you know,
Yeah.
that was my sign to give it up and go play basketball.
And of course, you go from the football field to the basketball field, and we'll fast forward to your junior year, declare for the NBA draft, chosen number 21 overall by the New York Knicks. And I saw a few Knicks shirts over there. I saw some Knicks fans over there. Now, it's fascinating to me to talk to guys who've done what you've done and to hear the draft day stories. And I know people have told me they love this question because everyone's draft day seems as unique to them as the way they, you know, get ready for a game. So what was your draft day like?
Oh man, if I can remember that far, I do remember one thing is that I wanted to come to the green room, but I wasn't invited. So I was kind of bummed out about that. I wanted to, you know, shake the commissioner's hand, but I didn't get the opportunity. So I just stayed home with my friends and my mom, my family, and in our little house we had like 300 people there, and it felt like the ground was gonna cave in because everybody was in the living room watching on the TV. And when they called my name, it was just pandemonium in the house, and just like a lot of hard work, a lot of friends and family came to support, man, and it didn't seem real in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I knew it was real the day when I got drafted. The very next day, I had to leave my home and go straight to New York and do the press conference. And I was bummed out about that because I was like, I don't get to enjoy staying at home, you know, going around the city. I kind of wanted a parade, kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, right? Do I like from Seattle? Like, don't I get like a parade or something? I don't know. It just didn't. You know, I didn't get the whole confetti, walking down the street, you know, floats and everything. I kind of wanted that. But for me, I think I had it in my head. It was a good parade. But you know, I went to the press conference, got to meet the coach and all the executives from the Knicks. That was pretty cool. But you know,
so your draft experience came sort of right on the cusp of the social media era. So now when the draft happens, I know 30 seconds before who it's going to be. You had to wait, right?
Yeah, I had to wait. My agent called me and told me, like, right before I was drafted, he called me and he was like, you're going to get drafted by the Knicks. You're going to get drafted by Phoenix, but you're getting traded to the Knicks. So don't look at the team, just be happy you got drafted. I was like, all right, cool, I won't tell nobody.
That's fantastic.
So he kind of called me like literally like 30 seconds before and told me.
Let's get you a Big 3 title and then we'll throw you a parade here in Springfield.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Even
you
if
guys
it's
are
just
all
me.
invited.
Yeah, if it's just me like throwing ticker tape.
And that's okay, we'll walk.
So your NBA career has taken you to 8 different cities, and each one, I mean, I speak for Boston fans. I just appointed myself the spokesperson. Each one of those cities just really takes you on. I mean, you become the spirit of a city relatively quickly. It's the fire, it's the smile, it's everything. Was there one stop along the way that you wished lasted longer?
Man, yeah. I mean, a lot of places, because like the 4 years I played with New York was unbelievable. I was stay put. You know, I got to enjoy the city, enjoy the people. I was always, you know, going to Times Square, Manhattan, going to all the basketball courts, Rucker, West Fourth, Dykeman. Like, I went everywhere in New York. You know, I just played in every game. I just wanted to be a part of the city. And, you know, when I got to Boston, when I got traded from the Knicks to Boston, just, you know, putting on that jersey, it was magical. Just Larry Bird, just, you know, Bill Russell, all the greats. And you can feel that energy, you know, when you put on the jersey, when you know, play for that, you know, a specific team. I would say if the Thunder were in Seattle, where I'm from, I would think that I would have wanted that to last a little longer than it did, because I was only there half of a season. So that half a season was cool, but if it was in Seattle, it would have made that much, you know, meant that much more to me.
Is Seattle going to have a team eventually again?
A couple years. I think a couple years from now we'll get one. They just got a hockey team, so basketball's next.
Yeah, I got to ask you about the one iconic moment, the Shrek and Donkey moment, which
me and Big Baby.
You and Big Baby. That Celtics team that really won over a lot of people's hearts. That team again felt like the team that really embodied the feel good of a city at that right time. Was that locker room, was that as fun on the inside?
That locker room was unbelievable. So many great Shaq, KG, Rondo, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. I mean, the list goes, it goes down the line, man.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of great egos that were in the way. It was so much fun just being around them guys where, they talked so much trash to each other, but they loved each other. And, they brought it every game, every game. It wasn't just, win with your talent. Like, they were really executing, watching a lot of film. And when I got to the Celtics, that's when I understood, what was like to be on a good team. And I mean, from all the way down from the ball boy to, to the last guy on the bench, it was just awesome. It's great people, man. It was a cool place to play.
Here's the moment that I promised you. If you are thinking about a question to ask the great Nate Robinson, after this next question, I am going to ask you to raise your hand, and you'll be recognized, a handful of you will be recognized by one of the great Hoop Hall staffers, and they'll put you into a line to our right, your left, and you will get that opportunity. So start really working out the way that you'd like to ask it. In terms of your slam dunk championships, those three, I think, brought the fun back to that contest. Having been watching the slam dunk championship personally through the 80s and the 90s, it feels to me like your victories brought the fun back. What is it about your particular game? And I know the answer isn't just simply the height. I know it's more than that, right? It would be easy to say, he's 5'10", so obviously it's fun. You bring flair back. What is it about dunking that just fits with your style?
I say it fits with my style because I'm a little guy and it looks like I'm not supposed to dunk. Yeah. I think that's the reason God let me dunk like the way I do. I think that's the cool thing about being a short guy is that people don't expect it. So, when something like that is unexpected, it's like getting that unexpected cool Christmas present that you just open it. It's just like everything you wanted. I think that's how you would describe it.
And there's one dunk in particular that I want to talk about that wasn't even one of your dunks. Just shows how much fun you had. It was Gerald Green's dunk where he brought out the cardboard cutout of you. Do you remember this? Gerald Green brings out a cardboard cutout of Nate Robinson, and then Nate Robinson, that wasn't even good enough. Nate comes out because you recognize how much fun that contest is supposed to be, right? And so then...
Well, yeah, you can be a part of history again.
Yeah.
Somebody, dunking. I'm like, why dunk over a cardboard box when I'm standing right here?
Guys, I'm right here.
That's why I did that.
Anyone want to ask a question of Nate Robinson? Raise your hand right now. One of the great Hoop Hall staffers will come by and select a handful of you. So now here we are. I mean, we're sitting... Well, I saw you taking the photo.
Yeah, taking the photo of this, taking this all in. This is unbelievable.
Would you, of all the incredible moments you've had, from Oakland to Seattle to New York to all of the great places to playing now in Tri-State, can you put this moment into perspective a bit, sitting underneath those who've come before us? What is this like for Nate Robinson right now?
Have you guys seen the movie Gladiator? So this is just like being amongst, the gods. These are the Basketball Hall of Fame, the gods and the goddesses that have played the game in a unique way, and their talents are here on display. You can see, these guys put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, many games under their belts, many championships, many MVP, many trophies, and I feel the energy in this room. I mean, even with the GOAT, Michael Jordan, behind us in this picture, I mean, it speaks for itself. It's just a lot of winning in this room. This is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mr. Nate Robinson. The boots.
Boots, yeah. I'm telling you guys, man, that's the new nickname. I'm gonna die with that one.
I love that.
Boots.
So now, I ask the easy questions. You're looking at the closers over there. Those are always the hardest questions. Before you ask a question for everyone over there, I only have two requests. One, you let me hold the microphone, and two, you introduce yourself to Mr. Robinson before you ask the question. Deal?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm 12 years old, and I live in Connecticut.
Nice.
When you had your first game as an NBA player, were you ever nervous, or were you really excited for the first game?
I was a little bit of both, honestly. I ain't gonna tell you guys a quick story. I almost peed on myself. I was so excited. No, seriously. I literally almost peed my pants because I was so excited. I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, yo, this is, like, I can't sit still. I don't know what to do. And I was just like, I was just shocked, and I couldn't wait to get in the game and showcase what I can do. But, yeah, it was exciting, and I was nervous. So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I had like a first game. If anything, like it can either be like baseball, like when it's like a big game, I get a little nervous and a little excited.
There you go. Well, keep it up.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good luck.
Good luck to you, bro.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, give Jeremy a round of applause. Absolutely.
What should I say? My question? Oh, I'm 9 years old. I was born in Israel, and my question is, did you once score a full court?
Say it again.
Did you once score a full court?
A full court?
Did you go coast to coast?
Yeah, I did a couple times in my day. It's funny, I played for a team in Israel, Hapoel Tel Aviv, and I scored my career high, 46 points on that team, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, in Israel, 2 years ago.
Thank you very much. Great question.
I like his haircut, too.
Yeah. It's fantastic. How's it going, bud?
Hi, I'm Jimmy. I'm 12. And Nate, was it hard for you playing against guys like 6'9", 6'8"?
Was it hard for me to play against guys that tall? I would say no, because everybody's taller than me, so it's just, you know, it's just a part of being a little guy. I think they're more scared of playing against me because I'm a little guy and I'll show them up.
Yeah, cool.
Great question. Yeah, people always forget. You don't have anything to lose.
Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. That's the beauty of it.
Gain.
Hi. Who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Wow, my favorite I had two. I had one that played basketball, and it's that man right there, Michael Jordan, of course. And my second player was Deion Sanders. He played football, one of my favorite players ever.
Have you ever heard of Deion Sanders? Okay, good. I was going to say Google him.
That's prime time.
Yeah, prime time. Just ask him, right? Prime time. Hey, how's it going, bud?
Should I say my name? Sure. My name is Ali, and I'm 10.
Nice hat.
What was your favorite team when you were little?
My favorite team when I was little? The Sonics was one. I grew up a Sonic fan, growing up in Seattle, Washington. And I was a big fan of the Oakland Raiders growing up as a kid, football team.
Thanks, Ari. All right, here comes the closer. No, we got one more coming up. All right, so 2 to go. All right. I told you these were hard ones.
These are good ones.
These are the hard questions.
What should I say?
My name is Eli, and I'm 11 years old. What inspired you to play basketball?
What inspired me to play basketball? I would just say a lot of my friends, Michael Jordan, of course, being like Mike, and just the fun of the game. I just love to play basketball for what it is. Like, I love to compete. I don't think nothing makes me happier besides my children. But basketball is really like, it does that for me. It gets me to where I need to get to, inside and out.
Okay.
All right, do we have one more? Ladies and gentlemen, we got it? All right, come on, all right. We got to bring him in from the pen. Bring in the righty. How you doing?
My name's Ibby Carrington. I'm from Massachusetts. And I was wondering what's your favorite team you played for?
My favorite team I played for? That's a tough one, man, because I played in so many great cities and so many great teams. I would have to say every team that I played for has been a joy, honestly. Even the teams that I didn't play for a lot, but I just enjoy my time of being there. So I would just say all the teams I played for.
Great, thanks, bud. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can we give one final round of applause to Mr. Nate Robinson? That was a lot of fun, Nate. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. Now, Mr.